True.
But yeah,
that's a weird thing to think about. How does anatomy work in a really tall person?
It's not what.
Well, I mean, are they no? Are they proportionally like wide too? I mean, okay, yeah, okay. So they've got huge ass organs. Okay, never mind. I got it.
Just a small organ.
I'm cracking
I thought it was like stretched.
I
was thinking of like a stretched organ.
Like when you like stretch a photo, but it's still distorted.
Yeah, but not no. Yeah, this was scaled up like appropriately. This was scaled up. This wasn't like stretched.
Oh my
The corners.
Yeah, you gotta hit it from the corners. That's how you get tall people, or at least proportional tall people.
This is Let's Be Blunt, the show where we talk about news very bluntly. We give you some general news, guys. We're your generals, and here goes some news. Today we are sat here, obviously with Eddie. Been on the past couple episodes. Are you a co-host now? What's going on?
Essentially, I am Cliff Wilson. I am the main host and the co-host.
He does all the work.
I do both things.
He edits all the videos. He
Yeah.
stays up really late, gets no sleep to edit these videos.
And then we got Dave too. Dave has been on. He's a friend of the podcast. Been on it many episodes. You've been through. You were you on with X and Brian? I was gonna say you've been through 3 hosts now.
No, I've only had Eddie and you.
Okay.
Like I think
you were on that with Sam and Christina too.
Oh, and Sam.
That's what I was saying. I was trying to see if
that
you
doesn't count.
Yeah.
Bro, they're a good chunk of the podcast. I was looking at episodes and I was like, do I just delete these or like? No, that's still content.
It's still
like
content.
Yeah, I was
at the
like,
end of the day, leave it.
Yeah, but Dave, heard you got a PS5, nigga. You know how many niggas jealous of you, a proud father of a PS5?
I'm one of those people, baby. I got a PS5.
Literally one of them.
I gotta encourage everyone to get it. I mean, if you have the money.
Jehovah's Witness of a PS5.
But
you got time to talk about our Lord and Savior.
You gotta turn the Subway from Community.
Yeah. But regardless,
I am PS5.
The jump from PS4 to PS5 is like crazy. Like speeds, downloads, like
it's been like 7 years.
You think graphics. Is it worth it without a 4K TV?
6 years. Even still without a 4K TV, like it's maybe not the graphics. I think it's just more of the game running smoother, so it feels like the graphics are nicer. But regardless, I think even without a 4K TV, it's very worth it.
That's my biggest thought was like, I'm gonna get this game, and be like, all right, let's see the jump, and I'm like, wait, the TV not jumping though. But like, I don't even because my biggest pet peeve is load times. I hate games that take too long to load.
Not the PS5. I'll tell you right now, like, so one of the games that I played that probably had the longest load up time before I could actually like get into a game was probably like either Fortnite or Call of Duty.
Jeez.
And
those are both big files too.
Yeah, that was like
actually how big is Fortnite? I don't play.
Definitely not as big as Call of Duty. Like,
yeah,
Call of Duty
I remember the memes where niggas
Fortnite
like, all right, time to delete the whole library to get the update for Call of Duty.
They built it off their whole like the campaign mode or whatever,
which is a majority of the space.
Yeah, so that's like. Yeah,
all right. I'm the one nigga that be playing campaign games and multiplayer. I'm a solo. I'm gonna stand up for all the people who love playing single player games. Some of us don't have friends.
Out of it. I've phased ever since I went to college. I guess the time just has not been there. Just
because you gotta link up with like 5 other niggas.
Because yeah, exactly. Like back in the day in high school, I could grind whatever fucking game I wanted to. I get out of school at 3, have nothing to do, and then could play whatever I want. Whereas in college, it's like I get out of class, either homework or work, and it's just like I don't have time for solo player. I can only play with my friends nowadays, and it's the same. But
I feel the opposite. Like I feel like solo player, I can always start and stop whenever I want. But multiplayer, I'm like, all right. Like I had a multiplayer Madden league. Excuse me, I didn't mean to do that in your ear. I didn't mean to do that in your guys' ear.
No, it's ASMR now. It's an ASMR stream.
This is the drunk pot. But no, we did a Madden league, and it was mad fun. If you guys were in the league with me and you're watching, that was hella fun. But scheduling was awful because like all of us worked. And then one of our friends worked at the sporting complexes, so his schedule was always like changing whenever the Sixers or the Flyers or the Phillies were playing. So it's like, all right, nigga, when are you free? And then one of our friends got a concussion from work, which he works as a social worker. And it's like, damn, I didn't even know niggas was like boxing in that. I mean, yeah, but so he was out for like 3 weeks. Doc was like, yeah, it's a major concussion. Don't play video games or stare at a screen for 2 weeks. And I was like, nigga, can someone let me take over your team?
Right.
I'll do your because I want to win. I'm not going to shit your team out. Now I have 2 teams I want to do good with because if I fuck up on this team, boop, let me hop over.
It's like, but if we bring it to the last 2, I'm sorry, I'm going to throw the game.
Yeah,
like come on now.
It comes down to me and me.
But overall, system load's great.
Yeah, back to PS5.
You know, I was just going to say real quick, it was just like, so Fortnite, it used to take maybe like from on PS4, it was like legitimately probably like 60 seconds for me to actually get into a lobby and then like, time to load into an actual game, whatever. Now it's like 5 seconds. Like I click it, button goes up, screen loads, that's it. So no waits.
Niggas
no wait
heated
time.
playing on PS4 watching that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was when I saw the release, like I think that someone previewed
system.
it.
Dude,
yeah.
so many
That's
games
all,
look
though. It's
fun
an old
for the
system.
PS5. Like I want Miles Morales Spider-Man, and then they have a Harry Potter open world game that looks
Hasn't come out.
fire.
I don't think it's come out yet because I've been keeping
think
my
it
eyes
might
on it too.
come out
Is it
next
Harry
year
Potter?
or Christmas.
Yeah.
Or is it like Hogwarts?
I think it's
Like,
Hogwarts,
can you
but you can
make
make
a
your own character.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, it's
Is
like
it going to be MMO or is it going to be
MMO, I think.
Wow.
Like it's like online.
I've
It's
been-
basically
I've
like a
been waiting
World
for
of
this for a
Warcraft
while.
for like
I'm
Harry
aware.
Like,
Potter.
go do, yeah.
Because
Go
all they've
do
had,
your- yeah.
all they've had is the Harry Potter movie game tie-ins and then the Lego Harry Potter, which are both fun.
This
That
one's
sounds-
multiplayer, right?
But like, yeah.
That
Yeah,
sounds
that's-
pretty cool.
Now, also, I just
actually.
said the big thing about me
If it's
being.
Yeah,
in
I'm
the
not
Wizarding
like-
world.
Yeah, I'm not like a diehard Harry Potter fan,
Neither
but
am I,
even
but
that,
that
I'm
sounds-
not,
yeah.
I'm not a diehard Harry Potter
I'm like a
fan
big
either.
MMO.
Yeah,
guy.
he's not a fucking
Yeah,
diehard.
I don't
yeah,
have
no,
a
not
piece
at all.
tattooed on my body or
Nope.
anything.
Nope. No, but that would be pretty cool, just going around like, and I can picture it now. It's like go to this teacher to get this
Yeah.
quest to go here.
Dude, I'm good about it, actually. I got a whole video series planned. I got a video series planned about the Harry Potter
Nerd's wet
series.
dream.
Where I was going to, dude, first of all, me being at Harry Potter World at Orlando was phenomenal. I was like,
It's an experience, man.
dude, I was
you
literally
ever been?
like, about the cream.
Universal.
I've been there, but I don't know if I.
They got a Men in Black
the
ride
Harry
too. That
Potter
shit was
stuff.
fun. But yeah, I'm excited for the PS5. Those are the two games, Miles Morales and the Harry Potter game.
I've got my eyes on both of them. I haven't dropped the money yet for Miles Morales just because,
So,
I keep saying,
if-
single player games are kind of hard
Yeah.
for me right now. But like,
If I can't,
That's such. But like, have you played the Amazing Spider-Man?
not even the one for PS4 now.
Yo, honestly,
I mean, that's one of the
I
great.
saw.
That's one of the.
So I've been trying to stay
it
away
is-
from. It's
if you
literally
don't
one
want
of
to spend
the
the money on
greatest
Miles
games.
Morales, play that first, because like the movement, the cinematography in it, it's like playing a
No,
fucking.
And I've
literally,
movie.
always been
it's
a
an
fan
amazing game.
of how so that game that's like a game style similar to like the Batman series, like for the
Arkham, yeah.
Arkham
Oh, true.
Arkham series or whatever. So I played the 360 Arkham Asylum, I think it must
Night
have
It's
been.
either he's
Asylum
either
City?
yeah.
City was the
No,
first
no.
one, I
Knight's
think.
the last one. Yeah, I just messed this up the other day. It's Asylum, City, Night. Because Knight's I won't do spoilers. Knight's the one I like the least. Because Night has you in the Batmobile the most, and I thought that was
Yeah,
so
I didn't
fucking
play
annoying.
that. That was the one on PS4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I bought that game.
That has
to
one of
play
the
it.
scariest moments in video game history where I was literally you just swing around it's open world, you swing around the city as Batman, and I go to crop it's a mini game I never completed, but you go to like get above one ledge, and as you're rising up there's like this bat creature that leans over the ledge, scares the shit out of you, and flies away. And I was playing the game in the dark, and I was like, well, this is
I'm
enough for
done.
this
Yeah,
game.
I'm done.
Like, what the
Like
fuck
a
was
fucking-
that?
What
was
are those called? Like gargoyle?
I don't know what
Like
the
one
fuck
of
it was
those,
called. I
like
didn't
the
I didn't chase
edge of
after
a
him. I
building.
didn't
No,
finish the mission.
darted.
I was like,
Yeah,
no.
fuck that.
What
But
the fuck is
The
this?
360 Batman game, like it's the similar styles of
Yeah, they
play.
stole from it.
But
Yeah.
but like I love that. Like that was one of my favorite games ever.
Well,
you know?
open world, there's shit happening
Exactly.
here, there,
Yeah.
the other.
It's the fact
like,
that
go
it was-
fight this villain.
Single player games that are open world, like
That's the only way you
is
can.
the best because like there's some like single player games sometimes like it's just like
Yeah,
a singular
Uncharted,
path. Like
which I
exactly.
love Uncharted, but it very much is follow this linear path.
Yeah.
There's stuff off the path, but it's
there's
not
nothing-
open.
and
It's
there's
like
it doesn't
right.
affect.
And there's
It's
nothing
right there.
wrong with
The
games
stuff
like
off the
that.
path doesn't
Obviously,
affect.
there's some plenty of like we could
Well,
probably
Uncharted
list
is
a
fucking
bunch that
great.
are great. Yeah,
I couldn't
but
get
it's
into
just I
Uncharted.
prefer open world. single player
Avengers
games.
is that. Avengers is very much single linear. There are missions that you can go off it, but that's a different reason. Uncharted did that for story reason.
Mm-hmm.
Avengers did that because they wanted to focus more on their multiplayer aspect of the game, which is phenomenal. You guys don't have the $60 game as well, so I don't have friends to play this
Yeah.
online, and I like playing single player
that's
games.
the hardest
and
shit
single
about
player is
that.
the
Like,
worst
that was-
part of the game.
Like I always at least appreciated the Call of Duties because the single player was pretty good considering the multiplayer was the seller. Like I always enjoyed them, but it's just I don't know. It was like those games.
The campaign, like that's another like linear, like just follow
Yeah. Call
of
this
Duty.
dot, and you'll just.
But
get
considering you're buying the game for multiplayer, like
Oh,
I,
but it's
but
COD
you,
story.
you've
But
got
that's different. You buy COD for multiplayer.
when Captain Price shoots fucking, or no, what was that scene in Modern Warfare 2? You remember? You
I
played
don't
that
remember
one?
names. But
Man, it's the big twist at the end where the fucking guy you work for, your captain, lieutenant, whatever, shoots your best friend and then
Spoilers.
shoots you. Yeah, spoilers. But
Did we do this last night?
regardless, the campaign is
spoilers.
awesome. Yeah, the campaign for the Call of Duties are awesome. At least I haven't played like some of the
Like
newer ones.
I thought they were too short. The ones that I did play, I haven't played all of them. But
they are very quick.
But like I was saying, you've got to also look at a game like the the Avengers one, on how they're trying to sell it.
So that was my mistake, because I was trying to buy a single player game, and to be fair to that game, the story is
You were buying a multiplayer game with a single player.
Yeah, exactly. But the story, if you like Avengers movies, you will love the story. There's so much detail to it, but everything else around it, game glitches so much. Sometimes the subtitles don't even match up. Like I feel like they wrote what was in the script and then they refilmed the scene, but then the subtitles are still what the original script says.
Yeah.
So like there's messy stuff like that, but then the actual gameplay for characters are fun. Cap sucks because this nigga can't fly. Hulk sucks because all of his punches feel too light. It's things like that that's like, this game, I feel like I wasted $60, but then you play online with your friends and your friends make it fun.
Yeah.
Because your friends make it, like if you play online.
Like that Cuphead game.
Yes.
I don't like playing that by myself.
But that shit was fun together, though. That shit was,
I was trying to get him to play, like I was trying to look for something we could play together so we could stream it or whatever. Like we couldn't get past the first fucking mission.
I could imagine by yourself that shit would just be like, what the fuck is it?
Yeah, it's like
I was gonna say I've seen people play that game, and that just seems like I could not have the patience or tolerance to play that
by yourself, because there's no one to save you
either.
Either by yourself, you just be dying.
Because we were playing and it's just like, fucking save me, or we just like we get to the end.
I was trying to get my controller to work for like 5 minutes.
Sprinting through a whole map alone because he died and I couldn't save him.
I actually didn't know it was a 2-player game.
It can be, but I'm sprinting through a whole fucking map alone because he died. I couldn't save him. I get past the big boss. I go to jump over the last thing to the win, and this thing jumps out and grabs me.
Oh, that's the worst part too. It shows you where you're about to be after you die.
It's one of the harder games, you know, it's supposed to be one of those difficult, like people can speed run it and it'd be impressive if you do, you know.
Bro, we were doing it on simple, and I was like, I couldn't get the shoot or jump on the keyboard on the remote. I was just trash out here.
It looks like a very difficult game. Well, when it's funny, it's funny because it's one of those games where it's like you watch someone play and it's like, oh, this looks so easy. Like I could do this. Like why is this person struggling so much?
It's like just jump and shoot. It's a fucking side scroller.
Yeah, and then you just play, and then it's just like, oh shit, this is actually really hard.
Those balls are coming at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Leave me alone.
The next subject I want to talk about, to move into it bluntly, is I saw this video and it made me feel warm in my heart. It's basically, and we're gonna put this out, this teacher found a way to motivate his kids, and whenever a teacher can do that, it's pretty cool because I can't think of too many teachers that are like, I mean, kids are hard. I don't want to say teachers aren't trying, but if I was a teacher,
but there are even more kids.
Yeah, there's so many kids. But this one teacher found a way to motivate his kids by saying, hey, if you do good and you get an 80% or more on your weekly assignment, I'm gonna let you come and freestyle in class.
What?
I think I've seen this. Yeah, I think I've seen this.
Yeah, the kids are very excited to freestyle.
Plural?
But one of these kids goes off. I'm gonna just say that.
You ready, Tosh? Lil Slime Jr., let's go. What else? What else? What else? What else? Hey.
They want Pokemon,
Yeah.
I got Pokemon for you.
Uh-huh.
You can get the cash for you. And I got some shoes, yeah.
Hey.
Only thing I have to have the food, yeah.
Hey.
Got 100 of these watches and I do, yeah. I do it every time that I can fool, yeah. Get my monies in the class and you don't do, yeah. Make a Rigo is the best so you don't do,
Yeah.
I don't even know the person who be bad, yeah. Who be bad in the class and you gotta go to this class. Yeah, this Mr. Rigo is the best.
That kid was way better than the other kid.
Yeah,
bro, he was spitting.
The first kid wasn't bad, especially for considering his age. But also that kid was incredible.
I think they complimented each other really well. I think
they could do like a feature.
No, that was
he butted in too soon. Yeah,
it's like Gunna and Lil
No, he did. But
I was like, that nigga shine.
guy
He waited patiently in the back. Yeah.
No, the guy at the end. Yeah, he came back in too soon. But I mean, no,
the others. The first guy.
No, it felt like
it's like an actual rap song.
No, it felt like he waited for it, and then he had the hook. He had the hook, and he came in for it.
You see him in the background. He's about to.
Yeah, that guy is definitely the hook. The other dude's the verse. It's like Gunna and Lil Baby.
That couldn't have been me. I was a badass little kid. I would have snuck a nigga or a bitch in there.
I can't freestyle. I also can't freestyle.
Hey, the one kid coulda. I never would have known.
I'm amazed it was so clean. Nigga, he was like, in Pokemon, I was like, yeah, Pokemon.
I got that Pokemon point.
When I was in 5th grade, I got in trouble because, remember games used to have, like, the magazines or the game drawn inside the actual, like, component? You used to have, like, a little pamphlet. When you got games, they used to have, like, a pamphlet inside of it. So I brought mine for Grand Theft Auto San Andreas to school. And it had, like, the big-ass stripper on the front. And I got in trouble for that.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
What do you mean, of course?
It's a fucking stripper. Oh, what was
It's even
this?
worse that it's a cartoon.
What?
Like, because they don't even know why you have it. They're
It's
just like,
Grand
the
Theft
fuck
Auto.
you got a big
Yeah, like
cartoon.
they know that.
It said GTA
When was this?
there.
Like,
It was 5th grade.
That's even worse. They don't know what
They
GTA
probably-
is,
they
and
probably
you're just
even
like
know
Grand Theft Auto.
And especially if you're a fifth
he's
grader.
gonna steal a car. He's got animated boobs everywhere.
okay, and
That's
you're
why.
defending yourself saying it's GTA. Okay, they look up GTA, see what it is, and say, "Oh my god, this kid's in 5th grade,
That's not any
killing
better.
people." Yeah, you're just you're.
All you had to do was follow the goddamn tray, CJ.
That was a stupid decision, Cliff. 5th grade Cliff would have got a backhand from
Yeah,
me.
that just
I got-
wasn't a good idea.
That was right before I got
On
ran over
any
by a
front.
bus.
Oh boy, that's so
Hey,
sad.
what did they steal a bus?
wait,
Give
the
her-
bus got pulled over you.
All right, yeah, nigga. What if you want semantics?
It didn't run you over. It got
Semantics.
pulled over.
This is the whole
you.
bus on top of me.
Yeah.
That story is so sad.
But it
That story
matters.
is so sad. And then the,
It is,
the
but it
teacher, and then the
matters.
teacher that shops at our store.
That shit geeked. She was,
was
like,
the
"Hey,
only person
Cliff."
that
I
gave
was
you-
like,
that came into the hospital and gave you your homework, right?
Wait.
Yeah.
She showed up at the store
yeah,
one day?
she showed up at Hills.
Wow.
She's a regular.
Yo,
right?
Mr.
I remember you telling me
Mr.
about it.
Benzing showed up at the store one day and bought some crabs with his whole ass family. It was wild. I had to treat him like he was just a normal ass person.
Andy, you kept up your
Do you
relationship
think
with
you
him so much
wrecked it?
better than I
Do
did.
you recognize him?
Hell yeah, no, we talked about
Andy
it.
Oh, you
Benzing?
talked about
Oh,
it.
yeah.
My he used to tutor my one friend Dan, and sometimes when he would come over, Dan would be upstairs getting head, and then he would go downstairs and
Good for
get
Dan.
tutored.
Yeah, good for Dan. What a
It was
life.
a weird time.
Oh no, don't say that.
Oh my god, that was so funny. Don't say that.
Five papers, I think we shuffle this shit.
Oh my god.
Okay, we started recording right now because Cliff just said something terrible, not me. And we had to block
He's
that out.
crying. He's
Yeah.
crying.
All right, can we?
Cliff, why did you say that?
Oh, I hate you. Okay.
Shit, man.
Wow, if only you guys could know this detrimental information that was said. All right.
Yeah.
Lives would be ruins.
And save.
Niggas would be like,
And save. He said and save. That's so. I don't even know what they're talking about, and that was funny.
Anyway, I saw this story, and this girl was talking about how she's so pretty,
shit.
right, that she can't be taken seriously in her professional life.
She's so what?
She's so pretty.
Okay.
And I was looking, and I was like, all right,
Sorry, I'm still crying.
because that's what I'm trying to wait for. It's not even a subject we should be laughing at. That's the fucked up part.
She's so pretty.
But because I was like, if I'm
No,
being blunt,
sorry.
yo, like, yeah, like,
Okay.
I get it. It's hard because you're pretty, but also as long as you acknowledge your privilege, like, you feel me? It's not like I'm saying you're pretty, shut the fuck up. What I'm saying is, if you're like, it's so hard being white, you feel me? Like, sorry, but do you feel me?
I do feel you.
I kind of zoned out.
She said it's her life. It's pretty being. I'm gonna get
too.
into why she said it because right now all we can do is be shallow about the title of it. That's what news is.
Yeah.
But she said her life is pretty being hard. It's hard because she's pretty.
Because she's pretty.
Yeah.
Definitely. Look,
But yeah, go ahead.
It's pretty
No.
being hard.
no, you
I
go
like
ahead
that
because I
more.
want to see what you have to say.
All right. So basically, she has her bachelor's in psychology and then a master's in human resources, and so she wants to work in human resources. And she said while she was interning, one of her first like higher up females was, or sorry, I can't say that word. One of her higher ups, who was also a woman, told her that because she's so pretty, that she's overtly pretty, she has to be overtly nice to everyone she meets because they're gonna think she's stuck up. And I was like, that's fucked up. Because when a woman said that, and two, like, I don't think, like, if I see someone that's pretty, I don't think they're gonna be stuck up. I'm just like, all right, let's see how you act first, and then like I can base it off that.
That's a weird.
But like for your one higher up to say that,
That's a weird that's fucked up, but it's a weird kind of psychological thing to think about.
Yeah, as a higher up, you can't say that.
That's crossing the line.
That's
like,
definitely
right off
crossing
the
the
bat.
line. And two, like, yeah, like, okay, one, yes, prettiness will definitely grab my attention. Like, if you're pretty, that definitely is a gleaming factor. But I
But it's not
definitely
negative.
I'm not gonna just like
Yeah.
Well, but you're gonna notice if they like.
when I
Don't
talk to you, I'll make
answer.
my own assumptions on whether you're nice or
It's
not.
how you
fair.
act when you
Exactly.
yeah.
I just noticed you're pretty. I'll make a judgment of your character when I get to talk to you. I'm not going to judge your character based on your looks.
But also like especially
Same thing the opposite. If
That
you're,
lady
even
was
if you were
probably old
like
school.
hideous, like I'm not just going to be like, oh, that guy must be like
how ugly. 'Cause
miserable.
It's
I don't
like,
If some
Yeah,
nigga walked
leaving
in, yo, and he
yeah.
had a boil and he was like, I want to apply, I'd be like, do you?
I'd be like, yeah. I'd be like, yeah.
I mean,
I'll give this to Steve, and if you hear back,
That shit look like it's about
Yeah.
to pop. Can you?
Oh
do
God.
you?
Ew, can you do something about
you
that?
You gotta be real nice.
I'm going to judge you when I get to know you.
So I thought that was wild because like obviously this does happen, but I was like, it's crazy because I wanted to elicit a response because it's like that's how I felt when I read it, and I was like, what you talking about? And then I read it and I was like, okay, when you at work, that's fair because she just talks about how like she has coworkers that's like you're wearing too much makeup, and I'm like, nigga, why the fuck? Can you work on what you're supposed to be doing over there? Why you working on me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have an insult to think about right now. Your pants too high up. Why don't you lower them? But like,
Are they? Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me fix
like
that.
your stapler too far. I don't know. Like
Yeah,
I don't know what I
mean-
would say, but I would say something like.
And
Just don't
she
talk.
probably didn't say. Did she like say what she responded? Like I'm sure she didn't because it's a higher up, but
She
it's
said that was a
still
coworker,
something
but it's still
so.
like,
This is a coworker.
yeah,
Oh, a coworker?
yeah.
Oh my God, shove it up my
I don't
ass.
owe you any respect. Like,
I would
shit.
probably
Yeah.
tell the fucking someone and
you-
just be
oh,
like,
yeah,
this
like,
person
Hey,
is.
let's talk about my makeup. Like what the
Like,
fuck? Like,
yeah.
That's like I'm trying to think of an equivalent. That's like if you came in, and nigga was like, "Yo, I don't fuck with your hairpiece." It's like nigga, this like if I had a toupee.
It's such a bizarre thing to say to someone.
And he was like, "I'll fuck with your toupee. Like, why you should just take it off." I'd be like, "Well, you can't. You're not allowed to just talk. Like, we supposed to just pretend this is here. You can't. You're not allowed to just talk about it.
It's
Take
like,
it
I'm
off. Holy
no,
shit!
Oh, you're like, it's like, I'm sorry. What are you talking about?
What toupee?
It's just the, that's just
Yeah,
the,
it's like, I'm sorry.
If I showed up to
like,
work one day with just hair,
I feel like that person is really. I showed over there. You can't do that. You're not allowed to do that. Take it off. Take it off right now.
It's just like a little bit like gelled in weird directions. It's taped to the top middle. That's what I'm thinking
If
about.
I came in with hair, holy shit, I would be mind blown.
it's like what you tried.
Hair, yeah, you probably use some
This
formula.
nigga Mike was trying to tell
It's
me
just
about
like
some
an
hair growth
80s
formula. He was
full-on,
like, "Yeah,
like,
just you can just
straight
try it
bowl
out.
cut.
I've been rubbing it on my beard. I'm growing beard hair." And I'm like, "Bro, it's not."
How does that work for a
it's not
fully
growing up
bald
here.
person?
It's not going up here. Don't.
Yeah, those hair things probably don't work for people.
They work if you're like about to grow hair.
Not
if you're
if
done
you have
growing
like a
hair.
patch too. Like it's not like a whole head.
Yeah, no.
They're just gonna grow you. Whole.
It's
That
for,
would
it's
come
for
in
beards,
so
first
awful.
of all, because beards low key are just like waiting to be unlocked by age. I'm so serious.
No, that's fair. You gotta hit certain milestones.
So you could take something to be like, nigga, we this old, and it's like, all right, cool, let's come out.
Yeah.
You can't really do that with like hair that's lost.
Yeah, true. Well, obviously.
No, I had like all this till like 20, and then I had like all this till like 24, and then it like actually started coming in here at like 26, 25.
That's why
Not
niggas be like,
26.
should I grow a beard? I'm like, wait on
Yeah,
it.
no,
Wait
you
on
got
it.
it. Yeah,
Just-
it's like try to force it. Like, I mean, go ahead if you want. Apparently, my grandfather went away to war, like fully baby faced, and came back because he had to shave every day, regardless if he was baby faced, like with a full everything. I don't know if I believe that story, but I'm
definitely
skeptical,
real.
Grandma.
Yeah, that's
I
definitely
believe
real.
that story.
No, but like shit, because my dad can't grow facial hair. This is all from
Welcome
my mom's
to my
side, the
world.
Italian in me.
I'm saying,
Every
wait for it
mustache.
to unlock. It's gonna come in.
No way.
He said, no way.
Yeah, it's not happening.
It's gonna come
fair.
in. All right. Since you said war, I was reading this
What
story,
is
right?
it good for?
It's about this nigga that went through war, right? And it's titled "The Smallest Soldier," but the nigga's 5'5". I'm 5'6", so I feel a little insulted by the title. Like there aren't smaller soldiers. There's probably a 5'4" nigga out there fighting for America.
Smallest soldier 5'6". That doesn't sound short enough.
That's
You can go way like.
that's what I'm saying.
I
It's
mean,
not
is that the
short.
limit?
like 5'2",
5'6".
but I think it's
But
also
is that
for
the
like
small,
dramatics.
like,
Is there
fair,
a?
but is
Is
that
there?
the shortest
So-
soldier? Is there a limit?
Maybe they raised it,
Like
but
that.
this is
Definitely
during.
gotta be a
This is
limit.
during.
Well, there's
this is
gotta
during
be
World
an
War
upper
II.
end limit,
There's
too.
the
It's
limit.
like,
They'd be like, all right,
You're
we'll
not
have
gonna
you
fit
inside.
in any of our body armor.
I show up. I'm ready to go to war. Yeah, you ready to
It's
type on
like-
a computer? Go in there. We gonna have you on a.
It's like your
drone strike.
lungs
Yeah.
are really long. We can't.
True.
But yeah,
That's a weird thing to think about. How does anatomy work in a really tall person?
It's not what.
Well, I mean, are they no? Are they proportionally like wide too? I mean, okay, yeah, okay. So they've got huge ass organs. Okay, never mind. I got it.
Just a small organ.
I'm cracking
I thought it was like stretched. I was thinking of
base.
like a stretched organ.
Like when you like stretch a photo, but it's still distorted.
Yeah, but no. Yeah, this was scaled up like appropriately. This was scaled up. This wasn't like stretched.
Oh my
From the
god.
corners.
Yeah, you gotta hit it from the corners. That's how you get tall people, or at least proportional tall people.
But yeah, I was reading this story about this
Not
soldier,
those lanky fucks.
and his
Short.
story
He's
he was
short,
like,
remember?
Yeah,
yeah,
short,
dude,
5'6".
well, the whole story reminded me of Captain America, because if you remember in the beginning of Captain America, he's a short, scrawny nigga.
Yeah.
There's a scene where he's in the theater, somebody spoke up, and he was like, "You want to take it outside?" And they took it outside, and he got his ass whooped, and I was like, "You should know like your limits." But he was short and scrawny, and they went and enlist, and this guy was 5'5", 16, and it was during World War II, so he was like, "I want to go over there and kill," and they were like, "Nah, we're gonna have you chill over here. Like, we can't have you over there dying. Come back
Is
in 2
that
years."
why he was so small?
Maybe he probably wasn't done growing,
Yeah, if he's 16, he's definitely not done growing.
but
Like, how tall was he by the end?
Yeah.
maybe the same height. Guy was like, "Nah, you done." But him and his sister forged his birth certificate, so he got to enlist. And when he got to camp, he said they said that he blew everyone away. Like, he was doing all the shit, running all the shit, and taking the leadership positions. And eventually he got shipped over to Italy, and he was fighting, trying to gain ground in Italy, rising up the ranks. And then he got malaria, got sent to a hospital. A week later, he was like, "All right, malaria out of me. Let's go back to fighting," which is insane to think about. It was like, nigga, you might want to take like a month at least.
Yeah.
A
Like,
little bit.
Take some, it's malaria.
So then he goes over and he's down fighting in Europe. And the one significant point I want to talk about is him fighting. They got a couple people to surrender, but they still had to like clear a house. And they signaled, no one came back, so they went in the house. One of his friends starts walking towards the house, and a German pops up and shoots him point blank, kills him. Dude goes in the house, kills 3 Germans inside, and brings 7 more out. And I was like, what, nigga, what did he do inside the house to those 3 niggas to make the other 7?
At this point in time?
This was 2 years into him enlisting. So
18.
he enlisted
At
when
that
he
point,
was
yeah.
17, but 18. So this nigga young as shit. What did he do in the house to make 7 niggas surrender?
Yeah, like
to 3 niggas. What?
all I'm thinking is like what, like thumbs through the eyeballs, and then someone's like, "No, I'll go outside. I will go outside."
But there's still 7 of you.
Just take your hands out of his eyes.
I think he
Like
walked
you
in.
Go
said,
outside.
it's Captain America, man. Like, that's just like,
Yeah.
I don't know how you fucking do that,
Yeah.
but
He
it's
walked
literally
in-
Captain America
That's
shit.
fair.
He probably
That
walked
would
in with a
do it.
grenade, and he was like, "If y'all niggas don't walk out right, I killed those niggas. I'm gonna let go. We all gonna die." And
That's
then
probably-
as they walked out, he was just like, "Boop."
That's a pretty logic.
Minus the
logical
end
way
where he
of
just
doing
boop.
that. Yeah.
The house
Probably-
would have blew up.
Yeah.
It was a dummy grenade.
But no, that's probably the way you do it, though, is you just
Yeah.
threaten your life and theirs and just
Bro, 7
suicide.
He said, "What did he do? Did he shoot the first 3 niggas with the same bullet?"
Yeah.
This guy was probably...
Just all lined up. He walked in the front
I mean,
door.
this guy sounds like...
fuckers.
This guy sounds like the hardest fucking dude ever. I mean, at 18, you're fucking
After-
one-man army, like...
Just beat
We don't know how he
malaria.
walked
Yeah,
in. He
beat,
fucking
beat malaria.
kick open the door, look into the foyer, just a boom, turn to the left, boom.
That's that
It's
John
literally,
Wick
out of a,
reason
it's literally out of a movie.
Bro, 'cause
Yeah.
he was probably in slow motion when the dude got shot. He was like, dude fell all slow. He was like,
I'll go. He just dropped his gun. I'll go.
Hostage, maybe, too. Like, I don't know.
9.
dude. But then there's a
5'6", too. That's
even
impressive.
even more greater feat, right? So
Maybe
now they're
even
trying to
scarier.
like push the Germans back. This is after we've won the war, but they're still fighting. And he gets to a point where his men are trapped in trenches, and he's getting rained on by German artillery, right? So he's like, all right, I'm gonna look up. Like they bring in tanks, but then the Germans have anti-tank personnel, and they're just like, what, nigga? Boop, psh, blew him up. So he's like, all right, I'm gonna get my men out of here. He's like, you guys run towards the forest. He stands up, starts shooting at him, realizes his little itty bitty gun ain't gonna do shit against these line of Germans, sees one of the tanks on fire, hops on the tank, starts firing at him, taking down trucks and cars and just planes and everything. gets shot like twice in the leg.
Oh my god.
Finally hops off the tank, crawls to his men in the forest, like, hey, what's up? All right. They push the Germans out. See all the shit there, and they're like, yo, you want to go to a hospital? He's like, no, I'm fine. They fully push the Germans out, and then he goes to a hospital, and that's when his military career ended. And I was like, that nigga was not fin to go down. He got shot twice and said, nah. Bro, he said, these bullets aren't bugging up. And then he looked behind him and was like, the tank on fire will do.
Some people in this world are just literally built different.
Yo, yeah.
That is one of them. That is literally the definition of built different. Like, getting shot once anywhere would take like 99% of people. He just happened to be that 1%. That's just, and twice, by the way. So that's probably puts him in the 0.1% of people that would be able to physically ever do that.
I'm thinking about it, and I'm thinking my grandfather, he was not a tall man. I think he was like 5'5" or so.
Really?
But what
did he fight?
He was Korea.
This nigga jump on the tank.
Huh? No. So my dad never saw his dad's stomach because apparently it was torn the fuck up, and he still had a shit ton of shrapnel in there and stuff.
Iron
so
Man.
what had happened was he
all these
was
superheroes.
he was so like. Shit's going down, right? And like there's like a machine gunner's nest. They're all trying to get up this hill, and the machine gun nest is just fucking taking all of his buddies out and stuff. So he's trying to move up, and he's getting shot, right? So he just takes off after a bit because he's shot, you know, there's nothing much else he can do. He gets up to it, climbs in the window, pulls the guy off the gun, throws him against the back. Now, this has got to be bullshit, but I love to believe that it's true. He's smacking him against the thing. Candy bar pops out of the dude's pocket. My grandfather leans down, grabs a candy bar, opens it because the dude's all fucked up anyway. Fucking takes a bite of candy, and just goes back to beat the shit. And that's why his stomach was always torn up, and that's why my dad never saw it.
Can I say, you told that story on the podcast before. That was a way better telling of that story.
I bet it was.
That is, 1%.
There's a little 1% alcohol in
there you go.
He's part of the 1% too, yeah.
1%, yeah. I'm not a person.
No, I'm not. They built different. I'm not built like that.
Died way before I ever was alive.
I think about that shit too. To be like, all right, go shoot some nigga. You know, maybe if they was a draft, go get shot. No. Canada, wilderness.
Yeah.
Call me Bear Grylls.
I'm not,
I'm off the bat.
It's like, wait, there's a real threat?
I'll always respect, our troops for that reason. I guess I'm a bitch. I don't know.
No, I'm a bitch. Yeah. No, if I want to be shot,
I respect you, but it also, it was a choice.
Yeah,
too. I mean. You made that choice.
That's why
it was a choice.
If we ever were forced to go to, if we were ever, drafted, that would be...
No, I respect you because it was a choice.
I'm telling you, Dave. I'm telling you, Canada.
No, I would. Yeah, I would request Canada definitely.
Where's the shit at, yo?
But I don't know, man. Vietnam. Well, we'll never do anything like Vietnam. I hope ever again. But they literally just sent you there. They didn't care where you were. They sent
That's next week's Horrors of the World. A little preview. If you guys know what tunnel rats are, you'll know what next Horrors of the World is. That shit's crazy.
No,
tunnel rats are. I had one of my
your hip
classes in college was a Vietnam War class.
I just watched a 10-minute video.
I honestly didn't like it. I'm just not a history guy. But I like talking. Like when people tell me history and we're talking history, it's fun. But
class.
Just in class, it's just so boring to me. I don't know. It's just how the teacher presents it and stuff. It's all depending on the teacher.
I had a teacher at Delaware County where he taught history where it was. I forget what the biggest part was, but I think it was world history, but not U.S. history. It was just everything else. And he used fucked and shit, all types of shit during class, and telling us what foreign movies to watch that would relate to what we were. And I was like, all right, this nigga pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what I think. I relate
saw him on the
more.
bus once too, and I was like,
I've just had a lot of bad history teachers, I guess. So I just couldn't get into it.
Also, our history teacher in high school too, Mr.
Actually,
Walden.
no, yeah,
Mr.
my history teacher in high school, Mr. Hunter, made it really fun, but
Powell. I think Powell was my guy. Was he senior year? Your guy?
What?
Was the guy you're talking about senior year?
Yeah.
Mine was Powell.
Not you?
No.
Yeah, I was just never a history guy.
Yeah, history, because I had the same teacher junior and senior year, and he did a thing where it was...
I could dig it, but...
It was...
Yeah,
regular
if you tell stories
class.
like this, I'm all in, love it. But
it's just I just like history, so I was cool with class. But yeah, it was a regular history class and honors class. But then for his class, he did also a third version called seminar, which was a college level class, and he would recommend you if he thought you would prop for seminar. And he recommended me, and I was like, really? Because I used to just come in here and like sleep and shit. And he was like, nah, yeah, you're good. And I was like, cool.
He used to sleep in this AP class real quick.
Yeah.
Well, when it came to
It was crazy because it was like AP, but it was like there's no AP credit for it. And I was like, all right.
Yeah. More. I mean, I guess it just looks good. Yeah.
True.
I didn't even put it on anything. It was just fun.
Yeah. A nice 45-minute nap each day.
Dude, because he let us debate one point in class too, and I was like, really, you're not just gonna make us do an assignment? We get to actually like interact it. That.
Yeah, that guy 1%.
Ooh, yeah. All right. So the next topic, as you can see, I got really excited to talk about. Did you see did you know that in 1990, 2 pilots were flying when their window came out, and one of the pilots went out the window?
I did, because I brought this up last week. Maybe I didn't. I
saw this on Reddit.
might have. No, I showed you this last week.
Did you see it from Today I Learned on Reddit?
I'm pretty sure I sent this to you.
Did you really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you go into your messengers or like your
Not
texts,
giving credit where credit is due. Shame.
Because the picture is of the guy like
Did
this.
you send
They
this to
held
me?
him. They held him by his legs while he was out of the window, like as they're coming down. While the co-pilot like brought him down, and he survived with minor
You know what?
injuries.
To be fair,
Yeah, stolen.
To be first of all,
Double stolen.
To be fair, Christina used to be half the podcast topics. So if you're a co-host, it's kind of your job to bring topics to the table.
And I brought it.
I brought it this week.
Come on.
He's also up late every day recording. Come on. Pay the man already. He just wants his money.
Cliff Wilson.
He
This
just
is my
wants his
channel.
money.
The other
This
thing,
is
they
my
wanted money.
channel.
They was like,
after
"Where's
all.
my quarter?" And
This
he's
is
like,
my
"Yeah,
channel.
I make like a quarter from YouTube, so y'all get like 5 cents.
Yeah, 5 cents, and he'll take it out of the tip jar at Hills.
But yeah,
Okay.
so Eddie's topic, right, is this dude
Cliff's
basically
topic.
they, they were flying the plane, takeoff was fine, and they get in the air, and then they hear like a loud noise, and they're like, what the fuck, and the window just gone. And the pilot tries to unbuckle to be like, let's see if we can fix this. He goes flying out the window, and his foot gets caught on the controls, so he's halfway out the window. And then they're like, shit, we gotta try and grab him. The one pilot was holding on to him for, what is it? Don't matter. He was holding on to him, and then he was relieved by like 2 other people. They came
For
in,
a long
and they were, like,
time.
for a very long time. Like, he was like,
Oh my
they were in the
God.
air for like, I think 20 minutes. It says, no, that was how long it took.
They probably had to wait until like a stewardess came up, like, "Hey, is
Yeah,
everything
they were in the air
okay?
for
We
22
missed our
minutes.
turn."
So because they had to do an emergency landing. They were in the air for 22 minutes. Like, I guess 10 minutes in, someone comes to relieve him from holding him because it's just so much fucking force. Because
I feel like
it's
his
a plane.
eardrums have got to be hurting at this point in time.
Dude was like smacked the plane, was knocked out. They were holding him on the inside. They didn't know if he was alive or not, but they're like, if we let go, he gonna go right into the engine and then we gonna crash.
Yeah.
So let's just hold him, and then when we land, I guess we'll pull his dead body in. Because I'm like, did they not try and pull harder? Did they think he was dead and they didn't want to pull a dead body in, or was it just the amount of force as they were pulling as hard as possible, and that was just halfway was as hard as possible? Because he was literally out the window just like this. Like, this part was in the fucking plane. He was like the fucking with the wacky waveable inflatable arm.
Yeah,
too.
you're
I'm
saying
confused by
you're
that.
saying they could have just easily pulled him in.
I don't know about easily because
Well,
I'm questioning.
Think of the dashboard.
I don't
of
know
a
the
plane,
math.
though. The dashboard.
I don't
of a
know
plane
if that
probably
force
really
is
far.
too strong to where maybe the force was so strong that all they can muster was halfway.
Yeah.
Or were they just like, that nigga dead, we don't want to pull a
How
dead
the
body
fuck
in the
were
plane.
they in the cockpit just taking all that air at
Also, yeah, the
like,
pilot,
this-
the
That's what I'm
co-pilot
saying.
said he was
The
about to
ear, that's
pass
why I
out.
said like
Dude
eardrums
passed
or
out because
something.
he was out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
We're
fine
holding
though.
on to him,
They
just
landed,
getting, like,
took him to a
blown back.
hospital.
I mean, that could be also a factor in it too. Maybe like you're trying to keep yourself mounted on the ground.
True, so you're not even like
So
pulling
you're
as
not
strong
even
as possible.
trying to
Yeah,
pull
you're
as
not
hard as
really-
possible
yeah.
because you got to focus on not flying out the window yourself, you know?
Well, maybe it's like you
Catch me
maybe
too!
maybe you're using him to anchor yourself. Maybe
Yeah.
that's what you were doing. You're just like leaning back.
Poor
into
guy,
it.
you imagine being out there the whole time.
You're,
Well, not the
yeah, I
whole
mean,
time,
you're
'cause you pass
exactly.
out.
You're probably like just
You're just-
balancing him at that point in
Yeah.
time. Like you pull him in,
Just keeping
yeah.
yourself in and just him
Out of
there.
it.
It's like
Regardless,
he's
yeah.
just a counterweight at this point.
Yeah, that's all it
as
is.
far as we know, you know.
That would be
Who survived
awful.
that?
And he survived.
Yeah.
With minor injuries.
Yeah, they landed, which is the scariest part for me because they just jerk once and he's gone.
Yeah.
'Cause now you're not even worried about the engine, you just worry about him just splat.
Yeah. He's.
Terrifying.
I would. my life would be flashing.
Can you imagine
That'd be the
surviving that?
longest.
Oh, he passed out halfway through because his head hit the plane and he went.
No, that would suck too. Because like, yeah, you did that amazing thing, right? Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, I've got the scar, apparently.
I don't remember you doing this. Yeah, there's no proof. But that. Don't sign me up for that.
That's why I'd be like, that's why I'd be nervous about flying because I'm like,
probably
look,
weren't up to cruising speed.
I trust flying. Nothing happens when you fly, but that one time, that's all it takes is the one time. Then you'd be like,
and your pilot flies out the fucking window.
You in the back not knowing. This is your pilot. We got emergency land.
This is your
co-pilot. 727.
Yeah, it's a commercial. Literally commercial flight. Commercial flight. They took off 15 minutes. And then
so they weren't at like cruising
as a
speed.
passenger
for 22 minutes.
As a passenger, you have no idea what's happening, and you're just like,
"Why are we landing?
Why the fuck are we landing right now? I have a place to be right now. I don't care." And then you just find out that someone's fucking dying. Yeah, almost dead.
Oh, maybe I was a little insensitive before.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
maybe I should send
realize you're an asshole. That'll show whether you're an asshole or not.
Man, every time I hit turbulence, I think I'm gonna die.
I just flying is whatever for me. Whatever turbulence.
It just
fine.
don't belong.
I mean,
obviously
I don't hate. Obviously, I hate turbulence because it's everyone. Like that's just scary for everybody. But
you're in the air and now you're unstable. That's just how it goes.
Well, I found.
My thing is, if I'm gonna die, everyone's gonna die. So at least there's that. It's just fucked up. I know, but
it's comfort. It's
no, it is. I'm not. Yeah.
I found I can sleep on the plane now.
It's like
some people have trouble sleeping on planes. I just be fucking out.
Well, that's
I pass the fuck out.
My reasoning is probably why I'm able to sleep on it because it's just like
I'm like I'd rather die in my sleep. What the fuck?
I'd rather die in my sleep too.
Everyone,
we dying, nigga. Why the fuck you wake me up?
I was dreaming. What is that? That's from something. That was literally. I think it might have been just Family Guy. I was like rewatching Family Guy, but it was literally that, and their plane's going down, and Peter's like looking over, and the guy's napping. He's like, "Hey, I thought you should know that we're dying." And he's just like, "Why would you wake me up?" And Peter's just like, "I just thought you should know, we're dying." But I always say this, and I want it to be known so the internet can know. If my life is cut short early for whatever reason, I lived a full good life. I'm happy.
I didn't. Right.
It's on the internet.
Assume it was
I want
racist.
you guys to know if my life is cut short, good life. I'm happy. I feel like I've done a lot in my lifetime. And I'm happy with it. Obviously, I have many more. I would like to live for many more years, but I just want people to know that. So if I do die, just know that I was happy.
If I die, it's shaky. Investigate it.
Yes.
If I die, it was probably sassy.
Yeah, there's this one right here.
It's not said. Who said it?
Sassy.
All right, let's get in the horrors of the world.
Horrors of the world.
Horrors of the world. Talk about the girl in the box. Talking about the girl ain't got no socks. Talking about the girl kept without food and water. Talking about the girl that ain't have no daughter. She going crazy, trapped in her own. Had to go and tried to find her way home. On the way to the party, she had to go and shardy all over her life. Had to go and get right, got into a van. Had to go and ran away from the people. Had to go and see the Pope. I ain't got no rhyme for that. But
Nope. Dope.
See, people fucked me up. I never know what to rhyme with people. But horrors of the world, talking about the girl that spent 7 years trapped in a box. I really didn't. Yeah, sheeple. I'm gonna keep that in the chamber. It's really a sad story. So if you don't like stories of abuse and kidnap and kept in a box for 7 years, you should turn around now.
Yeah, I feel really bad every time you try to do horrors of the world. I want to do ad libs, but it just feels wrong.
Well, that one you were flowing. Sometimes you can pause and like fit an ad lib in, but that time you were just flowing. So I was trying.
It's the topic matter. Like I just feel like
I was also trying to listen to what the topic matter was, so I wasn't really focused on the
yeah, me too. Like, because if I come in with like a in the wrong spot,
murder, yeah,
murder, yeah,
and I ripped the throat out, and he did.
Okay,
what'd you say?
Yeah.
But horrors of the world. This story is not for the claustrophobic. It's about tight spaces and about a woman named Colleen Stan. She was kidnapped, brainwashed, manipulated, and sexually abused and living through anyone's personal hell. So she's from Redding, California. Or this is in Redding, California. She's from Oregon, Wyoming, one of the states right above it. And she's trying to travel to her friend's birthday party. So she's hitchhiking down the West Coast, going to Redding, California. And she gets in a van, and she would never reach the party. But on May 19th, she accepted a ride by a couple, Cameron and Janice. Cameron was 23 and Janice was 19. So Colleen's older than both of these people. And she's like, they got a baby in the backseat. This is safe. What she doesn't know is that these niggas are sadistic. So Cameron... Sadistic. Cameron is evil to the point where, like, he sexually abuses his wife, whips her, and he had a baby with her. But the baby was on a deal, right? Because she wanted a baby, but he wanted to get a sex slave. She said, you can get a whipping slave if I get a baby, but there can be no penetration. So he's like, all right, bet, let me get you a baby. Yeah, it's wicked fucked up. So gets her pregnant, gets her baby, and then now driving.
I hope the kid doesn't know.
He sees Colleen stand.
It's such a weird thing to know.
So
that you were in a part of a barter.
There are people out there
evil.
Like this.
Evil.
There's so many people that
there
it's
are
just
a lot
wild
of
to think
people.
the people.
That's like
stories.
that's Dexter, nigga. Just like, oh, my mom and dad were evil.
Dude,
cool.
I can't even like process this.
So
like just being that fucked up in the head.
The girl basically gets in the van, and then they drive for a little bit. Then they pull over. Cameron pulls out a knife, says, "Listen, you gonna get in this chair, and I'm gonna tie you up. And I got this homemade wooden box I'm gonna put on your head, soundproof. Put it on her head. They drive like an hour to their house, 200 miles away from her original home.
Jesus.
They stop once to get fast food. She's in the back of this van, soundproof box on her head. They get to the house, and they immediately start to abusing her. Put her in this little rinky-dink, like a wooden box. And Cameron only takes her out just to abuse her. He only feeds her once a day. He manipulates her by, like, giving her, like, bland-ass food and it'll be, like, I don't know, just the mushiest, just basic thing in water. Like literally just potatoes unseasoned in water. And when she wasn't or didn't act grateful enough for that, he would beat her. And he would whip her. He'd hang her by her arms and just... she said the first night he hung her by her wrist, beat her, whipped her, and then afterwards Cameron and Janice had sex under her.
Oh my god. There are they found each other. Like, were they both like this and then coincidentally just found each other, or do you think one of them twisted the other? Like,
I mean, what happens a lot in these situations though, it is like Janice is a victim of Cameron, but she's also a perpetrator in her own way. Yeah. You can be both a victim and a perpetrator.
Yeah. Well, there's a point where it crosses over.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's a point where it's like, nigga, like you...
I guess, she's also...
You're a victim until you allow her to get in the van and get kidnapped.
She's also probably terrified, too. Like, I get it.
No, but when you allow her to get in the van and then you don't call the cops, you are not a victim. You're still a victim, but you're now a perpetrator as well.
There's just so much.
You crossed the line.
There's just
it's
so
like,
much.
It's not like you thought your husband was... It's not like you were pretty sure your husband was cheating, but it turns out he was actually just killing all those girls. You know? It's you knew the shit was happening.
There's even a girl that
went missing. You didn't have a hunch
that
something might have... Yeah.
Yeah. There's even a girl that went missing and like died, and they're like, it was probably him. He probably kidnapped her, and she wasn't fit for him. But Janice was like, you're gonna get a slave, and she'll be your slave. And he was like, but I'm still gonna sexually abuse her. And over the years, Janice became more and more irritated with this because she was like, you broke our deal constantly because you are abusing her sexually. And he got to a point where he would let her out sometimes. Like, he let her get a job because he knew she wouldn't leave. That's how abused he had Colleen. And then eventually when she was coming back, he took her to meet her family after not seeing her family for 2 years. And then let her see her family by herself, and then even went to go see the family. Cameron went with Colleen as Colleen's boyfriend.
Jesus.
And then after that, no contact. Then he made this box that was like a 2-inch thick box, like 4x4. He put a sleeping bag in it. He had a ventilation in it, and he had a bedpan in it. And that's the box she spent the next 5 years in.
How big was it?
It was big enough for a person to lay in. Like a coffin.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's just like, I just can't even fathom.
All while their kid just growing up upstairs.
I just...
Not knowing the wiser.
I just can't believe there's just actually people... Like, I said it earlier. It's like this is something out of a movie. Like
What's
it's just
that?
like
Yeah.
this is literally like something dark and twisted. It's just like how the
You
fuck.
just have a person under your floorboards.
Yeah, that's evil. Like how do you? Neighbors not knowing shit. Neighbors thought they were quiet people. They're just quiet.
And like I just want to know like how this guy got so fucked up. Like what did his dad do to him? Or like
Fair.
I mean no, like it's not fair because like
Yeah. I mean, that
he's
is
he's
a high
evil.
probability.
He's evil, but it definitely
There's
there's always going to be
parental shit.
Well,
there's-
you say he's
there's-
evil, but want to find out why he's evil.
Exactly. Like there's always a reason why. Like
It's like not a whole lot of serial killers are rich kids.
like Mindhunter. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that on
Yeah.
The
Netflix.
nigga that got affluenza. Yeah, I've seen that. Oh, hold on.
Mindhunter is great.
Mindhunter is great. Rich niggas be the most. They be. I'm gonna kill people and not get in trouble for
no,
it.
no. Like
They the ones that shooting up the schools. Sorry, no, they're not.
I don't even.
It's the poor
I
whites.
don't know.
Is it like wealth? Is what like?
We cannot simply pinpoint it right now.
Well, yeah, no. It's gonna be. There's probably not like a
Yeah, we're
select
not
group
fucking
of
CIA agents.
murderers.
What makes
But
a serial
Mindhunter is
killer?
great for that reason. Like it brings like you
Yeah.
you
Isn't
have
it,
to
like,
ask
based
these
on a true
questions.
story? Like, true
yeah,
stories,
it's
kinda?
like it's
Yeah.
based on true stories. It's literally
Dude,
two
I tried,
CIA.
I tried to start that show
Main
like
kid
in the
is
middle of the night,
awesome.
and someone's face got blown up, and I was
It was like in the first 5 minutes. Yeah. the dude
I was like, hold on.
gets his-
I was like,
Oh,
let's
yeah.
just
He shoots
I was like,
himself.
let's just hold on 1 second.
The show is insane though, but like yeah, they ask like they just go to these serial killers and like what like happened to you basically like why are you this way, and like like through coercion like
It's like how
bringing
profiling
like
happens
chocolate
and
or
shit.
something to
Yeah,
them.
make you think they're their friend. They're like, oh, you're so much smarter than me. I just want to know how. We're like, yeah.
Yeah, and like 90%, 99% of the time it was just like parents, but like regardless, they are
makes
fucking
sense.
killing people,
Yeah.
using people. Like,
I mean, yeah, like they are the one in a whatever number. Of
I have no
people who
sympathy
are-
for
yeah.
them.
No.
Like if they get caught, you know, or
No.
like die, whatever.
Yeah, no, that's what
That's fucked up,
those
but,
people
like-
are. What I believe the execution should be for. That's why I believe in execution in some
that
form, but it's
literally,
sucks that so
yeah,
many
that
people-
is
yes,
literally a
people die,
person.
But I don't want to just throw out that I'm for execution without saying that second point as well. It does suck that innocent people can be executed, but I'm for execution. Asterisk.
But like if it's like this, if it's like this, like this is
Yeah, these
definitely
people,
someone.
for sure.
This is definitely someone we don't need on our planet. This
Yeah.
is definitely without a doubt. Like
And this
we
person
don't
got
need this
caught,
person roaming any part of the
thankfully.
world. Like so he's like just put him out. Yeah, I'm
No,
in.
he got caught.
Unless
Janice-
there's like hard proof and it's some fucking twisted shit like this, yeah. Electric chair, I'm in.
There's a story I'll tell
Obviously
after
not
the podcast. It
innocent.
geeks. It doesn't geek. I don't know why I said that.
It doesn't geek.
Let me tell you this awful story.
No,
it's
all right,
hilarious.
all right, Cliff notes. This nigga maybe or maybe not committed this crime. He was black during the racial era in the South, so he maybe or maybe not committed this crime. Was sent to be electrocuted.
Probably didn't commit this crime.
Was set to be electrocuted. Got electrocuted. Was alive, and everyone didn't know what to do because they were like, "Was that an act of God?" That we tried, and then people started actually like protesting, and then they electrocuted him the second time.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it didn't help that he was black.
No,
like
not at all.
If he was white and he lived, they would have been like, "This guy's lived. Like this is
Can you
Jesus."
imagine if
They
the
would have
guy
been
was
like,
like-
"This is Jesus." They would have been like, "This is Jesus Christ."
If he was white,
Yeah, if he was white, they would have been like, "This is he survived
Jesus.
this that 90 like a million other people have died from. This guy, this one dude lived. He's white."
Don't know why I
Jesus.
said this.
But if it's a black guy, they're just like, yeah.
Yeah, because the
Second
South.
time.
That's why. Anyway,
But imagine do you think he probably didn't have any brain function at that point in time? You
no,
think?
he was chilling. All right, so like I was saying, dude did get caught. Dude did get caught.
Catched.
He got caught. Basically, Janice grew too resentful, so she took some money her father gave her, and she gave it to Colleen and was like, "Go home, you're free." While Cameron was out at work, so Colleen called him from a payphone right before she got on the bus, and she was like, "Your lies no longer hold strength over me." Oh shit. Biggest thing I forgot a whole thing. He made her sign a contract like 2 years in that said she signed away all rights to being a person to him, and told him that if she ever broke the contract that her parents would be killed and she would be killed. So when Janice freed her, Janice was like, "By the way, all that's fake too." So she called him and said, "Your lies no longer hold any power over me." And he started crying and was like, "Please don't leave." And then she got on the bus, and then Janice testified against him, so she got off free. I don't know how you feel about that, but Cameron went to jail, got sentenced to like 40 consecutive life sentences.
Good.
Yeah.
Fuck that dude.
Yeah.
But Janice testified again. I mean,
I
to
wish they
think
could
about,
make. I wish they could make him
she
younger.
got off. She got off. Well, I mean, that's a crucial. That's a crucial testimony.
Yeah.
I guess you have to make that deal, especially if Janice lawyers up too.
True.
Because low-key,
It's either get
like,
one or none.
there's a legal thing between people who are married, where if you're married against someone, legally you can't testify against them.
Oh, you don't have
She
to.
was
Yeah.
like she was. We said it earlier. She was a victim and
Yeah.
a perpetrator. Like, I get it. Like, she was probably so fucked up in the head, like just utterly brainwashed from this dude.
And also, I feel society will get that concept. Like, people, you'll be a pariah. You get free legally, but then you get the consequences of society. Like, that's how it works with people who sometimes skirt the law, is that you may skirt it legally, but as a society, we'll shun you.
I really don't know how I feel about her getting off. Like, I don't know if that's
Yeah.
because I
It
understand
legally, it
both,
makes the lawsuit a slam dunk.
It's I mean, I get that it's one or
But
none.
morally,
I understand
But, like,
I
it's still-
understand both sides of them, but I just can't weigh them out to the point where I can just like
she
judge
got
whether that was
nothing.
like
you'd be like, "What? She got nothing for which I would."
okay,
I watched
maybe
her.
okay. Definitely should not have got nothing. Agree with that part of the statement. Okay, so I guess how I feel about it is
how did she
she
work
probably
that
she
down?
She
How-
said, "I have key testimony."
I mean, obviously,
Bitch, you were there.
Obviously, it was damage.
What do you think about it?
How
If,
did she,
if
like-
two people rob a
Insanity.
bank,
You'd probably just be insane.
two people rob a bank,
True.
the
She-
one person flips on the other person, he has such better odds because he's like, "Look, give me a good deal. I'll tell you everything we did and prove how he was the leader."
It's the prisoner dilemma.
Yeah.
That's what it is. But yeah, I mean, I guess nothing. Like, she definitely should have got something. I guess like that, without a doubt, because she did perpetrate. So, but I don't know. This is.
It's crazy. 'Cause you could think about her bargaining chip too. She'd be like, "We'll give you 2 years if you tell us something." 2 years. I'm
But
not
she
telling
was
you
also.
shit.
How long was she with this
How long
dude
was she-
getting? How long was she with this dude getting fucking?
I don't know. They were both pretty
beaten?
young because like she's probably enough to mentally warp her. I'll say maybe 2 years, 1 year, 2 years. They have a baby,
I don't know, man.
9 months at least.
I don't know, man. I can't make that call. But crazy story, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Jesus, yeah.
Fuck, without a doubt.
Horrible for
Yeah,
the world.
definitely a horrible, fucked up story. So glad the guy actually got caught.
Yeah.
But yeah, should definitely get the electric
Where
chair.
is she now?
I don't know. Where are they now? Instead of like Disney Channel stars,
Yeah,
it's her.
we'll make this a cut scene, and then we'll just go to where are they now, and then we'll have a picture of her.
It's like she's a toll booth operator. Fitting.
All right, if
She
she's a
missed
toll,
the
there's
bus.
okay. If she's a toll booth operator, that's a punishment. If she just does that every day of her life,
That's
there
a
you go.
punishment.
That's
All
a
right.
punishment.
Horrors of the world, guys. Do you guys got anything you want to say before we on the podcast?
Work sucks.
Don't say that.
I don't know. It's more fun than it could be.
say something else.
I dropped a shit ton of crab cake. Whoops.
I was telling him once I literally dropped the whole tray and it morphed into one big ball of crab cake, and I was like, "Oh."
I somehow only dropped 9 off of a whole tray.
Did Steve tell you how much they actually cost?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It make you feel a little better?
No, he looked at them.
Did it make you feel a little better?
Better?
How much they actually
He was
cost?
like, it's $80.
Okay. No, one, they take like $3.50 actually to make.
Oh, no. He wasn't talking about how much we did. He said how much there was on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't saying how, yeah.
They're $3.50 each.
No, he did, yeah.
To make.
He was telling us how
I don't
much.
know if I can legally
Yeah.
say this on. We're gonna
Well,
have to cut that out.
hey,
Yeah, I don't know if I can
mixing
legally
all of
say
Hold
this.
on, no. There's
getting
manpower.
getting it all and mixing
If
it
we're cutting this
together
out,
is
it's
really hard.
It's .32 Old Bay classic breadcrumb.
fucking 1.5.
0.6. Sorry, it's 1.25 of mayo, 0.32 of Old Bay classic Crab Creek breadcrumbs, and 6 pounds of
I'll
crab
put up
meat.
the
There's the recipe.
6 whole
That's
The
what-
recipe. I'm illegal.
No, it's a very
Did you
diverse.
sign that contract? You're not allowed to share the recipe. I think you have to.
I didn't sign that shit.
Really? I
probably
think we
did.
have.
Brian and X low-key were like, "You should move out to Oklahoma and we open a seafood store and we'll just sell crab cakes." And I was in Dennis's office and I was like, "That's how he'll start it."
Yeah, you could. You honestly.
Yeah, that definitely needs to, because I don't
Oh,
know if
you
I
could
signed
honestly
that.
do
I
it in
probably
the part of
signed
the
that.
town that I was from. Like,
Was that one of the
I went
papers
to
they hand you?
Probably. I was probably like,
didn't
yeah,
read
why
that
the
shit.
fuck would I ever talk to anybody
I signed
about
that shit.
seafood? You
Yeah.
know?
I think you signed it.
I think
but
I did.
like it's like within like I think it's like 70.
I think you had me sign it. I think Brendan was like, "Yeah, could you get him?"
Yeah, probably. It's stupid, but yeah, you're
I
not.
read those shits. Listen,
Sorry,
just
nothing to
tweak
say.
it.
viewers
I'm just
who
gonna
aren't
tweak
gonna
it.
see
It's gonna be
this.
like 1.5 of the breadcrumbs, and then do 0.4 of the sauce, and do 8 cans.
Charge people $10 a crab cake.
Yeah,
You could probably do it
Bang.
And buy
to the,
cheap meat.
dude, just sell them
Put some of that
at like a
Hellmann's in there.
lemonade
Winter
stand.
Park. You could do it. There's no like fish markets. Like, there's like one fish market, and like I went in, and it had nothing.
Should do it.
Just
Can
like
it be outside of Hills?
There was a big fish like market, had nothing really in it, and then there was another smaller one, and all it had was like tuna and salmon and crab cakes. That was it. But we could definitely start at Hills in that area. I was thinking about it because I worked at like a nice butcher shop that was like Hills but with just meat. But
Yeah.
nothing to share. I got nothing going on, man. Happy Thanksgiving, actually.
Steelers.
I don't know if
9-0.
I don't know if I'll be on for a Thanksgiving podcast, but happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Hey,
Steelers
oh, yeah.
are going to beat the Ravens on Thanksgiving. They're going to
Hopefully.
become, at that point in time, they'll be
Oh,
11
shit,
and
that's on
0.
Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, damn. Oh, so you just
I'm
skipping
wearing
past
I'm
10?
wearing an Eagles fucking sweatshirt. This is so I can fit in. This is actually
fuck
I can
the
blend
Eagles.
in. I'm from Philly, but I'm a Steelers fan. But 11 and 0, we're on the way.
All right.
Ratbirds.
Eddie, you got anything you want to say?
Nope.
It was easy. Makes the outro easier.
Guys, next time you see me, I'll either have a PS5 or Miles Morales for the PS4. So either way, it'll be something.
Possibly
see.
neither.
Us.
Oh no, it's not neither. The Miles Morales is $60.
Hunter x Hunter.
That's
Us.
that's happening. That's gonna be my sad play. All right, guys. We got nothing else to say. My name's Cliff,
I'm Dave.
Cliff.
and this has been Let's Be Blunt. Wow.
Perfect timing. That was literally perfect
And this has
timing.
been Let's Be.
I don't know if it made it for Blunt, but that
I
seemed
don't
like
think it did.
You don't think it did? I think it did. But if it did make it for Blunt,
You've
that
got to
was
voice over it in. Well,
Yeah.
it'll be there. It'll be there. It'll just go dark, and it'll have us saying "Wow" in the
Yeah.
dark. Perfect. Golden.